I am back, chat. Have you enjoyed listening to yourselves? And your cooing and gurgling? Demi said in chat, whether or not Aavak is a tyrant remains to be seen, but he sure does like torture. Demi, don't even try for a second to tell me you wouldn't do exactly the same thing if you had the ability to. Don't for a second try to tell me that you wouldn't have done that if you were in my position. Because it would be a lie. And you know it, and I know it. Hello. Walks with trolls. No, I also like to torture chat. Don't have to say it like that. Okay. Troll hide gloves. Ooh. They might be good to break down. I do quite like the thorny roots on this tree. Honestly, this whole area is kind of nice. I'm gonna be honest. This whole town is kind of pretty.
The maid was thwarted once again, this time by Bellmaid's might, a house of ballads heroine, who brought to darkness light. She may be queen of Winson's throne, but learn you well this tale. A woman's strength lies not in men, but where men often fail.
There you go. And yes, I am specifically avoiding the place that the map has been quite insistent that I should go to. I want to collect everything before I try. But just look at how peaceful the Feylands could be. But is that their nature? Is the question. Okay, gonna be a hard one. No, it's not actually. Never mind. Hard my backside. Alright then. Let's go and have a little chat at with the Chancellor. I feel like I might be able to acquire a few odds and sods. Oh wow, I'm almost out of room in my inventory again. It makes me sad. Okay. About there.
Welcome.
Thank you. Don't suppose you'll buy junk off me, will you?
You're not at all what I expected. I am Sagril, Chancellor of Windermere. She said you were beautiful, although I have noticed that she has peculiar tastes. You're just in time. Our little army is building up quite nicely. I was beginning to fear that we'd actually have to execute the lady's plans, ludicrous as they are.
What? Hang on. Are you the original Sagril? Didn't you die?
The beasts in this village may act civilized, but they are anything but. Cross them and they will kill you, just like their wild cousins would. Please, it is just Sagril. I am no knight. I only recently came of age. The maid seized me just as I was leaving my hollow, as though she had been waiting. The great cycle has left me vacant, but I am no friend of the Maid of Windermere. Though the Winter Ballads name her a hero, her favourite role is the heartless tyrant.
Tell me about the Prismate crystals.
It is the source of her power and of her madness. Normally she's not so terrible to be around, if you don't mind plotting and treachery, that is.
Okay. And her army?
Every summer ballad ends in the maid's defeat. Time and again she has played the villain. Now she intends to change that permanently, and she has the power to do so. This army is not a new device, not at all. It is all part of the great ballad Cursed Kingdom, in which fair Queen Bellmaid reduces the maid's army to a scattered mob.
Okay. But you are not Sagrel, I am.
Of course you are, forgive me. I often forget that my time with the House of Ballads has passed. Now I am but a prisoner of the maid. We all are. You see, this place, it's calm. It is only an illusion. The maid uses her strange crystals to pacify the beasts, just as she enchants our friends. We must destroy the crystals to earn our freedom. But they are invisible to all but the maid. It is her song that calls them.
Well, I've got an idea of how I can deal with them.
The crystals are hidden around the village and forest of Summer's End. You cannot see them with the naked eye. They appear only when summoned by a musical tone. You must hurry.
Well, I'm going to need to, sadly, get rid of some stuff. Let's find a weapon that I'm not going to use. That'll do. So, Sagrel was... See, the interesting thing is, I fairly certain the King Wenson had talked about it. How none of them are the original heroes. It's just their nature. They just kind of go through cycles. They are new Fae that have been born, and it's a sort of immortality. But it isn't very clear whether they themselves are immortal, like through some sort of resurrection or anything like that, or if it is just, you know, the part of the kind of pageantry of the telling, in a way, that they'll take on these certain roles, perhaps fated to do so, perhaps selected pre-birth, to then follow along as the songs were sung. But as we've seen, if you sing them out of order, you can still kind of provoke them to occur. So it does feel to some degree like they do live and die as a part of a cycle and come back as part of that cycle, but they are, in effect, a new person. It's such an interesting concept. It's not very clear, and perhaps it's not meant to be. But either way, okay, that one's up top. Well, the problem is, I think I've got to destroy this one. Okay. Without any of them noticing. So I think if I draw my weapons around them, it's going to make them very angry. I definitely don't want you to be very angry. Perhaps the moment when one version of the hero dies and the new one gets born, as a way of reincarnation, and maybe the new Fae take the name of the old, releasing them from repeating the ballads and allowing them to choose their own path. I'm not really sure about that one. But, like, they seem to interchangeably talk about themselves as the original, but Wenson touched on that, and I think one of the others did as well. Touched on the fact that their names were different. They were different people. They were just following along with the kind of with the story as it was written. Wenson was probably the primary one to really discuss that. I need to wait for you to... There we go. My worry is that those crystals are the only things that are keeping the wild fae docile, and once I've destroyed enough of them, that's going to cause me a lot of problems as well. But I'm not entirely sure, like, whether, like, which version I consider more torturous, really. Whether the version of the actual fake, because it does seem that there is some degree of change, like how someone might come to take a role for the first time, sort of thing, and then that kind of sets their actions in stone from that point forward. And if it was that same one coming back time and time again to relive the broad strokes of their story, in that case, a villainous person, well, they did originally commit the villainy, and so in a way they kind of, again, the whole architects of their own doom. But if that isn't the case, and instead what Wenson was kind of touching on is the idea that they are individual fae that just take on a role, if you like, and then play that role moving forward, perhaps even competing for that role, well, kind of as we did. You know, we took on the name of Sagril. Then I don't know if that's kinder or worse than endlessly repeating your same life, forced to repeat your same mistakes, but ultimately you were the one that forged those mistakes to begin with, versus inheriting someone's mistakes and being compelled to live over and over and over through that same problem. Oh, don't tell me. Are consumables counted as single items? No, they couldn't be. Maybe they are. I'll go through the junk items, drop a couple of things out of here and see what happens with that. Get rid of you. Like, I'm not sure. What do you think, chat? Where do you fall on that one? What would you think is the more torturous existence? Being the ones that actually made the mistake to start with, and then forced to repeat it in an endless cycle even if you want to change. Or you weren't even the one to have done the bad thing at the beginning. It was just your bad luck to be, you know, fated to play that role. And again, even if you wanted to change, you can't. Demi says, inheriting them, I'd say. Has everything become angry now? Or is it just... No. I think everything has become angry, sadly. Uh-oh. I really would like... Uh-oh. 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 Oh, God. Everything on the map is now angry. Why did we have to ruin all of this Oh, they're fighting amongst themselves. What have we done? The fragile peace between the Boggart clan and the Sprite clan has ended. On the plus side, reckoning mode. I think that is a troll fighting something somewhere. I feel bad about pretty much everything other than the troll. The trolls are just going to wreck everything down there. Good lord. Hello. I mean, I'm not going to pass up on the experience, I'm going to be honest with you. It was beautiful while it lasted. An impossible dream. Such civility. But here we are. Everything that has a beginning has an end. Hey, look, a chest. Where chest? Did I miss one? I did miss that you had loot on you. By the troll I just killed. Oh, my bad. Oh yeah, so you're right. I walked straight past it. Yeah, well, let's clear up what remains. I'm gonna be honest, most things will be dead just because the trolls are gonna have killed them. Yeah, my loot sense is getting dull. Well, you know why though? Because I knew that I wouldn't be able to carry much, and so trying to resist the pain of being told that my inventory is too full. Okay, there's a lot of you. Pow! You down? You are not. You are now. Alright. And... oh, almost. Nice bit of experience. On our way to level 17 already. I'm going to use a repair kit, I think. Oof, yeah. I mean, I do have a backup weapon, but I would like to use my primary if I can. Essence of Fate. I won't say no. Yeah, the pots actually count. Wow. Didn't imagine that was the case. Really? Gonna have to bear that in mind. Austin BL says, I have a potentially worse option. Who's to say their stories are theirs rather than just the fanciful writing of someone else, with the first time being mere stroke of the pen and then the Fae being reborn to relive the same story over and over? Interesting. Yeah, okay. And Delano says, yeah, inheriting mistakes of others sounds much worse than reliving your own mistakes. My DL says, I say being forced into a role. It is as if you get locked up in prison, not for your guilt, but will face execution no matter what happens. Yeah, it seems quite a tragic end in a way. I genuinely do find it quite hard not to have it, not to feel a certain sympathy for them. Nope. Ah, okay, maybe yes then. I guess. Nope. There we go. I'm in danger. Ah. Oh, that was close. I approve of the amount of poison I've put on you, though. I need to increase the envenoming that I do. Oh, I'm always too greedy with that extra attack. And I always forget the back swing. Not that time, though. It would have been really bad if I'd forgotten the backswing when I just said I always forget the backswing. That would have been beyond bad. No, I can't weigh those one. Well, I would have just thrown that one away anyway. Okay. Having the Figurta to race ahead and just draw attention and line things up for me is pretty amazing. Having it between me and them affords me so much potential to just wail on them from a safe vantage point. Oh, it looks like the sprites were winning this battle over here. Until we showed up and started tipping the scales a bit and distracting people. Which we've got a little bit over here. Brownings won against the Boggarts, I think. Which doesn't surprise me too much, to be honest. I think that's a lot of them. Man, all that effort to walk around and not trigger an attack from anything. And then we ended up just wiping everything out anyway. Right. All is done.
Hello.
Hello.
Quite a display, my friend. It makes me proud to share a name. You made quick work of the maid's army. The lady herself, however, will prove more formidable.
Okay, get me
Take
into the
this.
castle.
It's the key to the village bell house. That bell rings with the same tone as the flute, only louder. So loud it can be heard across these high mountains.
Well, why didn't you give me that
break the
before?
enchantment on the maid's castle. Then you will have your chance. Make the most of it, my friend. It may be your last. And now I am free. I do hope we meet again. I would like you to have this. It's a talisman. I have no need of it where I am going.
Okay. Well, at least it was dropped in a loot bag.
Just above the chantry. The door to the castle is warded, but once you ring the bell, that ward will be no more. I am
All right.
grateful to you.
Take care, mate. This hurts. House of Ballad Shield. Yeah, that's not going to be useful to me in any way. I will happily sell it, though. Well, this place has been a bit wrecked. I wasted 2 picks on that. Wow. Okay. Right, let us head up here. I guess one of the things with setting everything to hostile was that making your way through the area, if you were inclined to not kill them, would have been more difficult. So it would have been a bit more of an achievement to do so, which I can get. I do love the decoration in here. What? Oh, I'm so close to my level. The hero and the maid.
Welcome to my home, beloved. I hope it suits your fancy, for you will never leave it.
We'll see about that. Well, if by your estimations I never leave, you may as well tell me about it a bit.
I loathe this rock. Its chilled corridors and dripping ceilings. Its whispering haunts of a past long dead. I no more wish to be the queen of this castle as I do to return to it again and again. I will escape its legacy. That is a promise.
See, it's saying things like that. This isn't helping. Again, it's very hard not to feel a degree of sympathy with this. What have you done to the others?
The fates of Creth and Airmer are on your head, my love. Those good knights were victims of this decaying pattern, sacrifices to the House of Ballads. As for the others, they will fulfill their roles shortly. Each has been saved, freed from their well-worn paths. They walk a new road now. My road.
I mean, can't they walk their own road? Don't you appreciate that? Though I suppose after centuries and centuries of being forced to walk a road that, you know, literally led to your death and a failure of everything you'd wanted, I could, whilst not necessarily the path that I would advise, I could understand being like, well, I've been forced to this for so long, I'm going to make other people be forced to walk down the path where I win everything and I'm the ruler of the universe. I could appreciate the desire for, you know, something a little bit different, but still.
Wenson is here, along with his court of enchantments. The great halls and corridors echo with their voices, of the ancient stories told and forgotten. It is time to begin anew, for we write the final chapter of the House of Ballads. Only when the memory of ancient glories has faded can new glory be forged. Everything you see, the castle and all that resides in it, could be yours. That includes my love. Consider it.
I see. Rescue the Court of Enchantments.
And to the door,
there we go.
to the echoed dusk, I, the king of ancient ballads, scepter of this house, and the falcon of Detir, annihilator of Elkmar, and on, languish in a sanctified seat. We will hear no more from broken sages, nor listen when we venture forth alone. These wintry beckons, the brazen gull that calls and boasts to others of her kind, from Magwir, maid of Windermere, that once again enraptured me in my horror.
Well, we've got our level up though. Right. Where do we want to pop this one? I could start being able to break. Well, I could get 15% of the gold value of the things I destroy. I don't think we're going to go with that one. This one's a solid one. This one's a solid one. This one would allow me to merge gems and make new ones, but I don't have anything to socket gems into right now, so it's questionable utility. I could craft with 4 components for blacksmithing. I'm at the point now where I can actually start building into mastery. So if I really wanted to, I could start rejigging my points such that when I want to do gem crafting, I just put all the points into gem crafting and make the best gems. And then when I want to make potions, I do all of that. And when I want to make blacksmithing, I do all of that. We can literally like go all in on alchemy so that I can make good sagecraft potions, and then rebalance to all my points in sagecraft, drink the potion, make the best possible gems. There, and also while I'm in alchemy mode, make blacksmithing potions, and then rejig so all my points are in blacksmithing, drink the potion, and then make the best things with the gems that I made previously, and so on and so forth. But for the here and now, I'm sort of feeling detect hidden or stealth. I think we're going to pop a point in stealth. It's been a long time since we invested in that at all. I could throw 3 points into poison to gain way higher poison resist. Not necessarily certain that was the one that I want. Or invest heavily here. Get the Fagiorta up to its maximum level. The problem with this is I'm going to start struggling to have the mana to cast it. I think I need to wait until I've got a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's ultimately the decider there. Right, 2 points in here. And I guess I want... Well, to get up to 35, I'm going to have to put a couple of points elsewhere. I could have Shadow Flare. Weave a burst of shadow magic to wound and stagger enemies in an arc before you. Quickly press the button again to throw a volley of shadowy blades, dealing pierce and bleed damage. Or I can have frost traps. Plant a frost trap, which causes ice and freezing damage to all nearby enemies when it explodes. Or lunge past your foes with preternatural speed and attack them from behind. 40 physical damage is not bad. But I think I'm going to invest there. There we go, that's all the same. We have unlocked new moves now, though, so let's go ahead and have a look at that. I really love that you can... It's almost like a fighting game in a way, where you can check these out. Oh, finesse abilities, there we go. Okay. Map to UI. There we go. So if I want to use it, I could use it from there. All right. Onwards and upwards. I was going to ask if this was a vast aquarium, but not entirely sure. Oh, hello.
Sagril, you've come at last.
Farrara.
It's time to cross swords with one worthy of your talents. You have caused the maid much grief, and that saddens me. Luckily, your death will provide her much pleasure.
What happened to you?
I've seen the world as it could be. A realm where I can be what I choose, go where I choose. The maid has enchanted me with her truth.
Remember your honor.
I honor the Emerald Lady with every head I lay at her feet. Yours is next.
Oh, damn it. I dodged into a pillar. No. This is not how this is going to go, Farrara. Oop. I need to get rid of the ads, otherwise this is going to be 1,000 times harder than it needs to be. Thankfully, I'm extremely mobile. But I had no means to break you out of this. I think I would have needed a much higher disenchant, perhaps. That is a shame. I think that was the first one that I failed to disenchant. Kinda sucks. I just had a level up as well. Wait, you could disenchant Sir Farrara? I don't know. Like, I didn't have the option to. But it says rescue the Court of Enchantments. So I'm assuming Dispel would have been an option if my Dispel was high enough. Because the only reason that I've been able to Dispel as well as I have up to now is because I've been going out of my way to level it. And this is one of the first times that I was like, you know what? Let's like put it into stealth or something. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't possible from the onset, but I kind of got a feeling that it probably was.
A wretched fool of pride am I to think I could resist her seduction. I know perdition like the terrestrial cane, a crutch that saps the dew of youth. And yet here was beauty manifested, a heart serene, sublime, a clamorous cascade, all in calumnious wonder. When night falls on the countryside, the noise of wanton opprobrious lechery, the stench of sullen gloom, and the false corpse of sordid history exhumed to please, compounded and again interred into the womb of the past. Then am I lost.
That was a bit of a heavy one. Yeah, I should imagine that all of them are capable of being... Dark Azora says, apparently you can dispel. Yeah, and I kind of figured that might be the case. It's a shame to have encountered that just as... yeah, it's with level 9, says Syken. Would that have been within my reach? No, absolutely not. I would have to have had Master Dispelling to be able to do that. I could rejig. But that, in a way, I'm actually okay with that. Knowing that I wouldn't have been able to have done it, I would needed another 2 levels beyond the one that I just spent on stealth to have been in a place to do so. I could rejig for it though. I could drop lockpicking and mercantile, stealth by 1 or even 2, redistribute it to dispelling. I think, can I leave though is the question, because if I can't leave, well then that's already the situation is kind of resolved itself. I can't change it. I'll see. Because if I can leave and I can travel, then I could go see a Fate Weaver. Can I leave? Gotta do it again. Gonna have to save Sir Farrara. No. No, well, Gathan, if you want to save scum in your own games, that is perfectly fine, mate. I'm not going to judge you for it. We each have fun in our own way. I have more fun living with the consequences of my actions or inactions.
Greetings, Sago.
Were you a Fate Weaver? Yes, you were. Marvelous.
Welcome, ageless one. I am Arvia, but I suspect you know that already. The tides of fate have washed me upon your shore, and I'm here to do your bidding.
Guthan says, but Aavak, I'm not asking, I'm demanding. To which I will say, Guthan, only people who matter get to demand, and you don't. Get to do either. Maid of Winterby.
I know little of her origins, but it is clear that she means to harm us. Otherwise, why would she have taken our friends?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Harm you might be a necessary, well, wanting to harm you and having to in order to not be harmed are different. Nuanced, but different. House of Ballads.
Lord Isa had great faith in Wenson, and his instincts have proven true. But all kingdoms fall, and all kings fall with them. There is no clear victory for the House of Ballads. I see nothing. Only you.
Oh, no clear victory. Interesting.
I am here for you, to guide you in a careful separation of the threads of fate, and to ease you into a more appropriate plane. You act as though we're strangers, But that's not true, is it? In many a dream you've come to me. Even in death
What?
you've brushed my consciousness.
What?
I am but a tool
This is
of
some
the
Nightbreed
destinies,
stuff all of a sudden.
a mouthpiece for their changing voices. I do not know how I know what I know. It has been that way since I first stepped from my hollow. See you soon.
Chat raised the good point. What
Greetings.
if I could get my hands on a potion for adjusting my dispelling ability? Oh, wait. Oh, I think the potion, the alchemist was in here. Yeah.
My greetings to the court.
Beautiful Bellmaid asked us, who wants to go at making the potions? And I look around thinking, what fool wouldn't jump at the chance to spend his days sitting around drinking such magical tonics? Not me.
All right.
Sorry.
You can't help me with this. Let's have a look. That's persuasion. I don't know if there is one. Leechwood Bark and Sky Blossom. I'm not sure what I would use to make... Because of Leech and Skywood... Sky Blossom... create a... tonic which... Oh? Hang on. I already know that one apparently. Ah, okay. So, Restoration in Sky Blossom gives... Alchemy. Let's try this one. Oh, damn it. Okay, that was a shame. Poison, physical, mana, magic. Oh. Minor dispelling boost. Potion to temporarily increase your dispelling skill can be mixed at an alchemy workbench. All right. We are getting somewhere. Now, I want something for power. Let's make a more powerful version if we can. Greater dispelling boost. Okay. Don't know how much that would increase it, but let's go. Oh, I can't make another one. Damn. Then make me another one of these. Right. I want to see. I'm going to have to use one as a test. Sadly. But I want to see how much... Oh, wait. These are items, not consumables. Oh, that increases it by 2. So I'd still need more. Damn. Unless I can stack them. Can you stack these? Like 2 different types? I'm going to assume you can't. Now I do feel a little bit bad about Farrara. As I would have, if I just spent that point elsewhere, I could have then boosted it. All right.
It is an honor to see you again. I am glad your path is unfolding as I have foreseen it.
I would like to unbind.
See you soon.
Oh no. I'm back in my... Why do I keep these clothes for when I was thrown into the corpse pit? That is unhealthy. Unhealthy. let's actually take it all the way up to here, because then I can push it all the way up to that point. Nostalgia. That's not how that works. Pop 2 in there. Detect hidden as well. I've got 4 more points. I think that's where we were naturally. I could have like 2 in everything except a bunch in dispelling and detect hidden. I could put the last point in dispelling though. Then why did I make those potions at that point? Well, it isn't to say that just because Farrara is a level 9 that I could get away with others. So confirm. Unfortunately, now I need to put points everywhere. And then we need to spread them out a bit. There we go. That's a little bit more better spread out, but let's drop that one by... Oh, well, no, I think that's fine. Lock that in. Warlock. Confirm. Now, let's get my armor on. Primary. That's good. Your weapons don't get unequipped by the seams of it, which is quite nice. But yeah. Sadly, Farrara was a victim to us not knowing how high our dispelling needed to be able to save everyone. But if you're starting to get into the territory where you need master dispelling, I'm starting to think that maybe we are in an area where we're not meant to be yet. Oh, big question. Oh, God. We are ways from where I need to be. Damn it. Right, we want to be over there. See if we can just run through this area, though. I might be able to. I don't recall there being too many enemies in this zone. What I might do is I'll still pop the dispel potions if I'm able to. At least the low level ones. We'll see. At least it didn't seem like any of the confrontations required persuasion. Again, we might be about to hit that wall face first. I'm not going to go and Fate Weave again, though. I guess if I was inclined to saves come to try and save everyone, then it would be okay to, you know, flip back and forth with each encounter to rejig my stats appropriately, but nah, I don't think that would be particularly engaging. That is, I would no longer feel engaged with the character. Like the achievements would feel quite hollow. Rude. Okay, never mind. I don't seem to be able to do anything to you. Watch as it turns out you need persuasion for the maid herself. Oh, if that is the way it is, that's the way it is. I'm just gonna take that one then. That is not what I meant to do. Why are all my abilities all over the place? Alright, I want that. There. I want there. Oh. I want this one. Actually, no, I'll have that one there. Then finally we'll pop this one there. They're just praying to a tree. Don't get in the sewer. Oh no, I've been in sewer rot. Of course the plague bearers were standing in rotten water. Why would I think anything other than that would be the case? Back and I didn't sort out my inventory because I was so focused on what I was doing. I am being punished. This is my punishment for Sir Farrara's death. You know what? I'll take it. That's fair. That's fair. I'm being punished for Sir Farrara's death. That's what this is. And I deserve it. That's completely fair. What? Did I not destroy those things? Oh. No, I didn't. Never mind then. Wait. Yes, I did. Oh, it's because I'm carrying all that extra junk. There you go. Yeah, I was at 83 of 80. Also, I put that in the wrong place now. To be clear though, chat, we are approaching the point where I stop picking up things unless they're green. You inevitably get to a point in any kind of RPG where looting stuff that will never be useful for you is just cluttering your inventory with no particular reason. Who have we got down here? We've got 2 rescue the Court of Enchantment and 1 at that side. Oh, let's go this way then instead. Yeah, I do feel very stupid for having missed that. No. None of your nonsense, please, and thank you. 321 experience, mind you. Robust amulet. Kind of tempting. There's another one over yonder. think she might actually be weak to lightning. Right, I'm about to encounter a group of people who I'm certain I'm going to want to have consumed. I'm going to go for the greater. I'm going to go for the minor first. Right, hello.
Look at this, Olaine.
Queen
The
Blair
maid's
Maid.
old keep still has vermin lurking in its shadows. Tell me, Sagril, is there a reason we shouldn't exterminate you?
Yes, because I free you from this curse. What happened?
I was offered a new telling. One where I no longer bowed to the will of a man who is in every way my inferior. For the first time, I was given a choice.
Hmm. Oh, now you're making me question whether I should dispel. I free you from this curse.
Wait. I don't understand. What is this place? Where is Wenson? Where is my Wenson?
You're free.
Please leave me be. My head is filled with cloud.
Oh, you were both freed at the same time.
There is more to her than we ever anticipated. She possesses a strength, an instinct for survival that is almost mortal. She frightens me. If we know only the flow of the telling, how it moves from beginning to end, from despair to rapture. Victory is our language. It is what we are. How can there be a
Maybe
house
you've been
of ballads
victorious for
built
too
on
long.
defeat? It is unthinkable.
Well, I mean, but that's the problem. In a way, the House of Ballads required villains to slay, and through the tellings effectively manufactured them. Yeah, I find it very hard not to feel sympathetic.
She took us all, swept away from the House of Ballads and here to Castle Windermere. Since then, I've been veiled by the darkness, as if in a dream.
Maid of Windermere has corrupted and stolen freedom, Hans. She loves her slave, a skeletal mind of steel, a deathly pagan of submission that trembles near her touch. From ecstasy so base she laughs. She is all. I adore her. I love her without repudiation, malcontent, denial, or falsehood. At times beneath a veil of lusty happenstance, to prove there is no more of Belmaid, my old love. There is only Magweir, only Belmaid.
I'm trying to work out if these are like new recordings, I think from Wenson, or if these are recordings from when he was trying to deceive her that he loved her in the telling so that he could get close enough to stab her. In the original telling, that is. Oh, I like those, but yeah. Into the junk pile. They are not good enough. They have done a great job on the moral questions. They honestly have, yeah. Like I said, I find it really difficult to not have sympathies for the villains in the House of Ballads stories. And certainly some of the attitudes of the Knights of the House of Ballads have left me questioning if maybe the cycles of repeated victory have not made them vain, and perhaps uncaring towards the nature of their role.